Well, I'm here with my usual audience, the only one that, the whole time I'm speaking, usually. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your might. We're going over the Shema, and the next word we have is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one. You shall love. Love is a word that has been cheapened. If you ever get a chance on YouTube, there's a rabbi by the name of Rabbi Twersky. Type in Rabbi Twersky, fish love. Great video. It's only 2 minutes long, but give that a listen. And he defines how cheap the word love has become in that video. But the word for love in Hebrew is Avaha. Avaha. There are other words for love in Hebrew, but for this particular passage, the Shema, God used Ahava, and we're going to be looking into Avaha in this video. Avaha is not just a word, it's an action word. So there's action that follows the love. It is the type of love that is felt very intimately, maybe between a father and a child, or a mother and a child, or a father towards a wife. It doesn't have anything to do with sex, but it does have to do with a very intimate, powerful love. And that's what we're commanded to do. We're commanded to Avaha the Lord with all of our heart, with all of our mind, and with all of our might. Those are the three words we're going to get to next time. They're powerful as well. So, first scripture I have to share is Deuteronomy 4:7. Because of God's Avaha for your ancestors, He brought you out of Egypt with great power. So, in the same way that God shows us Avaha, we are to show Avaha in return. So it's a two-way street. We are to love God as He first loved us. What are our actions to prove our Avaha? Deuteronomy 10:12 and 13. What does the Lord ask of you except you fear Him and walk in His ways? Avaha Him, serve Him, and keep His commands. So one of the ways we show Avaha for Jehovah God is by following Torah, by following His commands to the best of our ability. I'll say again, none of us can follow it perfectly, but we must show the effort. If you show no effort to following simple commands, most of them are simple. Don't eat pork, wear tzitzit. Don't commit adultery. All these different things. They're simple. Most of us will keep them, most of them anyway. But we show our Avaha for Him by going the extra mile. In our society, the way things are, not eating pork and shellfish is considered radical, but to God, it's just don't do it. And if you do it, then how much do you love me if you can't give up basic things? So Yeshua reinforced this in John 14:15. He basically repeated it. If you Avaha me, keep my commandments. Keep my mitzvot. Mitzvot is a Hebrew word for commandments. Okay, we show Avaha for God not only by keeping His commandments, but by showing His love to our fellow man. Yeshua spoke about this, and everybody thinks, "Wow, that was really great." But where did He get it? Back in the Torah, Deuteronomy 10:18. He defends the fatherless and the widow, giving them food and clothing. Okay, God provided for Israel coming out of Egypt, and all along. Egypt fell away, Egypt came back, Israel fell away, Israel came back, and each time God would take them back with His Avaha. He Avaha'd them enough, though, to correct them, and sometimes punish them in order to bring them back in line. Matthew 25:35. Again, Yeshua's words. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. And it goes on to say, I say to you, inasmuch as you did for the least of these, you did for me. So in showing love to our fellow man, in showing Avaha to our fellow man, we are in turn Avaha God, by taking in the orphan and meeting the widow in her distress and helping. That's in as much as we do for them, we do it for him. Have you ever done this? Have you ever done something for somebody and they just didn't seem to appreciate it, and you never did it again because, well, they don't appreciate it anyway? Well, we're not told to do for people only if they appreciate it. We're supposed to do for people, period. Now, you get the part where you're enabling people, and our society is riddled with people enabling people in their bad behavior and accepting it. That's a sermon for another day. But we're to show Avaha for our fellow man. Leviticus 19:18. You shall Avaha your neighbor as yourself. That sounds familiar. Where do you think Yeshua got it from? He got it from Torah. Okay? We Avaha because God first Avaha us. Avaha. Love. Avaha. Do it. Do it. Hope this helps. Shalom.